Hello my dear friends, it's Sven here for Nerds Tonight, and welcome to Tabletop Tuesday and another episode on the Tabletop Simulator. On our last episode we went through roughly basics of this Tabletop Simulator and what it can do, just a minimum. But on Tabletop Tuesday my aim is to introduce you to more deeper mechanics of this game. And how it could benefit even for long-term gaming, or maybe to host your own roleplay round with friends and maybe even family. So there's one question or one comment that came from our user Erickson91, and it says, "I'd be curious to see D&D minis work with this. Make it happen, Sven." Well, as you can see here, you have different kind of characters that you can access over the components and either figurines or RPG kit. But that's probably not what you were asking for, Erickson91. So in this video we kind of want to go through different ways that you can achieve characters from outside this game and import them over here. Well, when we actually think about D&D miniatures, we think about these that we can buy in a store, buy in an online shop, and that we can actually put on our desktop to show off that we have this really cool character. But if you want to implement them into Tabletop Simulator, this would be a painstakingly objective, because you need to first 3D print them, and then you would have to edit them to actually get them to the right size, to get them with the right, let's say, material, with the right resolution that you need to cut off everything that is not important for that figurine. So maybe you're that talented in the community, but certainly I'm not. So I don't want to show it off for now. Maybe I will learn it in the next weeks or next months or somehow, and then I may show it off and show you how to do it. But there are probably some, let's say, tutorials for that on the internet. One place that you can actually look for different figurines, like different 3D models, is Thingiverse. It's basically a place where you can find almost everything that you want to look for. You can download these examples and use them for your 3D printer to get them being printed out. So you can put them together, or you have them in one piece. Or if you're really fancy, you can go to Heroforge.com. You can either use your Facebook account, your Google account, or you can make your very own on this site to forge and create your character. You have different options, like you can choose your race, you can choose what the head looks like, with hairstyles, eyebrow styles, beard, even expressions if you really are keen to change that. You can set clothing, gear, and base items that you can it is limited in some point, but it still offers a lot of options within that limitation. So be sure to go there and explore that. If you want alternatives, there's also Desktop Hero or AVNL if you are not happy with Heroforge or want different approaches to that. Then you go to like material or the download section, and here at Heroforge you want to go to download. You get an STL file, and you should download it pretty fast because you want to gain that figurine before it actually vanishes, or the ticket that you actually bought it with will disappear at some point after a certain date, I guess. It costs a little bit, It can tempt between 4 to 8 euros. But then you have your STL file forever, and you can use it for the Tabletop Simulator, which is pretty cool. But people may say right now, oh man, hold up, Zen, you forgot something. Because if you go into custom and models, and you actually put one model down, and you look for your objects or for a model to appear, you have the problem that you need a different format. Either the OBJ or RAWM format, which would be necessary for that. So what can we do about it to actually get the STL file now into an OBJ object at least? Well, I will show you in the next step. So for the sake of the demonstration, we kind of want to delete this here in Blender. Yes, I use Blender. I watched a small tutorial, which I will also link in the description below, to show you which actually shows the process of turning these STL files into a object file. Because there are several steps that you have to watch over, but I will also explain them here, so you don't have to watch the video right now. So for now, we import an STL file. For example, we go to our hard drive, Blender, and you can actually get demo files from your from the site Heroforge.com, and I want to choose the Paladin demo. Because I kind of want to see what it looks like. Ooh. So we have the problem with the demo files are they are sideways, as you can see, and they look kind of big. Or apparently they are kind of big, like they would literally feel like a whole chunk of this map. Like at least this, and then they're this high. So we kind of want to reduce the size and want to just move it a little bit. So we just adjust it a little bit to that. That should be fine. And then we go to scale it a little bit. The recommendation for size would be 0.5, so a fourth of the side that we have right now. First looks like a pancake, or even weirder, but then we have the actual size of what we actually want to have. Okay, so that's problem one fixed, the size. But there's another problem. If you would go to the Tabletop Simulator and just export this, it would say an error message because this game cannot handle so many edges or so many, let's say, faces or how to better, yeah, the faces would be how I want to explain faces. Let's say there are several, let's say, small layers within this character, and as of right now, it has like 100 of them, and the Tabletop Simulator can only work with 30 of them, 30,000 of them. So we have to reduce them from 100,000 to 30,000, and we do it this way. Here on Blender, we have a option that's called, like, you go to this wrench, you go to add modifier, and then you use decimate. This is the option that you can use to decrease the number of faces on the character. And we do so by a recommended number on this is 0.15. See, now we have it down to 17,000. You can adjust it a little bit to have it close to the 30,000 that we are allowed to. Well, it looks a bit more wrinkly and more grainy, but It's still a good quality, I guess. So let's turn it. No, not this way. Let's turn like this. Okay, perfect. And yeah. So when you're done with all the adjustments that you need to do, like if the character stands good and you feel we are ready to go, then just export it and put it into the wavefront or .obj format. So back here we go back to objects, we go to components and customs, and then we use model, we put it in here. We use right click if it doesn't want to pop up the menu. And then we use model mesh. Go to the folder where we saved our file. In that case, I saved it in my Blender file, so if I really want to edit it a little more, I click on the Paladin OBJ. If you want to import something on your local game, then local is okay. But if you want to play with others and you want to let them see everything that you have here on this map, then you have to put on cloud, because then it will save within the Tabletop Simulator cloud and everyone can access it. So we put it on cloud, so for future reference, upload. And we use figurine. The other ones are optional, like you can use a specific image if you want to link it on the internet. You can use certain bumps and colliders, so it will actually have a bit better, let's say, collision rate, but it's optional. You don't, like, I feel you don't really need it. And your material, you can choose whether it's a plastic, wood, metal, cardboard, glass thing. I usually use wood, and then you can set the intensity of the whole figure, and then you click on import. Should have created a character. Where did he land? Oh, over here. Well, he's still big, but no problem. He's less big than he was before. So if you want to scale him, you either use minus or plus, and just shrink him down to the size that you need. Let's say we make him to the same size as these characters, and there you go. You have your very own character implemented into the game. If you're really super lazy and you don't want to go through the whole thing of creating characters all the time, you can also go for figurine, which is the really easy way to just have a, let's say, token to say, okay, here's a character, I want to just show it off. So all you do is you choose a picture file from your PC, let's say opening project. You want to make a Nerds Unite character, we upload it, we can, so we have it on both sides, we can, like, you have to choose your front and back image. And yeah, I just copied the link, imported, and voila, we have a character based on the Nerds Unite logo. That's the really super fun, super easy way. Yeah, that's actually concluding our tutorial section on this game, on how you can import characters. I hope you liked it, and maybe we see us next time. Take care!